2020 has definitely been a year to forget, and while 2021 brings about a new hope, car makers seem to be coming in full throttle with a bunch of new cars for everybody to choose from. Here's a list of all the SUVs that will hit the market in 2021. The new Q3 will finally make its way to India in late 2021. While the exterior is edgier than before and inspired by the larger Q8, the interior gets features like the virtual cockpit and an 8.8-inch touchscreen. The Q3 will be powered by a 2-litre turbo petrol engine mated with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox. The Q5 hasn't been a part of Audi India's portfolio since the BS6 emission norms came into effect, but the SUV is set to return in facelifted form in 2021. The new bumper and grille, new wheels, OLED tail lamps are just some of the exterior highlights, while on the inside the Q5 now gets connected car tech, a new 10.1-inch touchscreen and much more. Expect the Q5 to borrow the 245 horsepower 2-litre turbo petrol engine from the A6 sedan paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox and quattro all-wheel drive. The updated Q7 gets a number of styling changes that lend it a more butch look. The Q7's interior has also been redone with a switch to Audi's new-age twin touchscreen MMI infotainment system. A 3-litre V6 petrol engine will likely be the sole engine on offer. The DBX, the first SUV Aston Martin has ever built, is a model that Aston Martin hopes will double its sales in India. Slotting in between the Porsche Cayenne and the Bentley Bentayga in terms of size, the DBX is a 5-seater SUV that uses a Mercedes-AMG-sourced 4-litre engine, making 550 horsepower and 700 Nm of torque, giving it a 0 to 100 km/h time of just 4.5 seconds and a top speed of 290 km/h. The third-gen BMW X3 and the new X4 will both get a facelift in 2021. Expect slimmer headlights and styling updates that will bring the SUVs more in line with the look of the current Generation 3 series. An upgraded infotainment system and new tech are also likely to be a part of the package. A model that will mark Citroen India's entry is the C5 Aircross. The C5 Aircross will attract attention with its novel design and quirky styling. The 5-seat SUV is expected to be offered in a single, fully loaded variant and is likely to come with features such as a full LED headlamp, hands-free tailgate, 8-inch touchscreen and a 12.3-inch digital instrument screen. Powering the SUV will be a 2-litre turbo diesel engine good for 180 horsepower. Codenamed the C21, Citroen's new compact SUV is based on the PSA Group's new Common Modular Platform and is designed for developing markets. It is expected to bear Citroen's familiar design cues like a split headlamp setup, chunky alloy wheels and heavy body cladding all around. Powering the C21 will be a 1.2-litre turbo petrol engine. Shown at the Auto Expo 2020 for the first time, the Gurkha gets a new look but retains the classic Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon silhouette of its predecessor. On the outside, there are new grille and bumpers, headlights with daytime running lights and more, and on the inside, a dual-tone scheme, a redesigned dashboard and a touchscreen infotainment system. '21 will bring a major update for the Ford EcoSport. The pioneer of the compact SUV segment is set to be facelifted and will receive significant sheet metal changes and styling tweaks. The big change under the hood will be the option of Mahindra's 1.2-litre turbo GDI engine that will serve as a replacement for Ford's 1-litre EcoBoost. Leveraging the 2500 unit homologation-free import rule for CVUs, Ford will ship in the performance version of the Ranger pickup called the Raptor. The Ranger Raptor is powered by a 231 horsepower 500 Nm twin-turbo version of the Endeavour's 2-litre Panther diesel engine. Being an import though, the Ranger Raptor will be an expensive proposition. The Hyundai Creta family will grow in 2021 with the arrival of the new 7-seat derivative. However, it won't be called the Creta and instead will have a completely different name. This is to help differentiate it from the 5-seater Creta, which will continue to be positioned below the new model in the Hyundai lineup. The new 7-seater version will spot styling changes mainly at the rear, as this will be a longer vehicle with a more upright rear section. Engines option will be shared with the 5-seater version. With the BS6 norms coming into effect this year and COVID-19 lockdown halting operations for all automakers, Isuzu was forced to push back the introduction of its BS6 model range. Isuzu will now roll out the BS6 versions of the V-Cross lifestyle pickup truck and the MUX in 2021. What's worth noting is these are upgraded versions of the BS4 models and not the new-gen models which have been internationally revealed. As a part of the midlife update, the F-Pace will get a number of exterior changes and also an overhauled interior. The LED headlights and tail lamps are slimmer than before, and the new front and rear bumpers have also been redesigned. Inside, the dashboard is all new and features 11.4-inch tablet-like touchscreen infotainment system. In India, the F-Pace is expected to come with a 2-litre turbo petrol engine and a 2-litre diesel, and hybrid versions may also be offered. Launched in 2017, the Compass is now due for a midlife update. Recently revealed in China, the facelifted Compass now gets a new slimmer headlamp with integrated LED DRLs, honeycomb-like inserts on the 7-slat chrome grille and a new front bumper. It will also get a new interior and a 10.1-inch touchscreen. Engine options both for petrol and diesel remain unchanged. Codenamed the Project 598, Jeep's D SUV will be based on the Compass monocoque platform, but it will be much longer to accommodate the third row of seats. The wheelbase will also be increased over the standard Compass to balance the extra length, which could result in better cabin space, especially in the middle row. Powering this 7-seat SUV will be FCA's familiar 2-litre diesel engine, which also does duty in the standard Compass. Land Rover recently revealed the midlife update for the 5th generation Discovery, which features a refreshed design, new tech, and a set of hybrid powertrain options. There will be a set of new generation engines, including a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol, as well as a 3-litre petrol and diesel straight-six engines, the latter two now featuring a 48-volt mild hybrid system. In 2021, the trusty utilitarian workhorse is set to reveal its biggest overhaul in years. Mahindra will roll out the Bolero Neo, which will be based on a new-age ladder frame chassis. And while the Bolero won't stray too far from its boxy upright design, it will look more modern and will have a better appointed and better equipped interior. After receiving an update in 2019, the Mahindra TUV300 family is expected to return in the BS6 era with yet another facelift. The standard 7-seat TUV300 is expected to get a host of styling changes and a longer feature list, along with an upgraded 1.5-litre 3-cylinder diesel engine. The larger TUV300 Plus will also make a comeback with cosmetic tweaks that will mirror those on the smaller one. The new generation Scorpio will be wider and longer than before and based on an updated ladder frame chassis with all new body panels. That said, it is expected to retain the upright silhouette that has defined it since its launch in 2002. The interior will be plusher and have completely new design too. Under the hood, the new Scorpio will come with a 140 horsepower 2.2-litre diesel and also a new 2-litre turbo petrol engine from the Thar. Originally set for a 2020 debut, the new Mahindra XUV500 will now likely arrive by March 2021. It is expected to have a plusher interior with a dual screen setup, advanced driver assistance systems, and both petrol and diesel engine options. The 2-litre petrol will make 190 horsepower, while the 2.2-litre diesel will make 180 horsepower. Both engines will get a manual or automatic gearbox options. Although the XUV300 was already available with a BS6 compliant 1.2-litre turbo petrol engine, it will soon get a new engine, a 1.2-litre direct injection turbo petrol from Mahindra's mStallion family. Paired with a manual gearbox, the new engine will make 130 horsepower and 230 Nm of torque, which is 20 horsepower and 30 Nm more than the current petrol. If online chatter is anything to go by, the Jimny is one of the most awaited launches of 2021. India will get the Jimny in a new, larger 5-door body style that is currently in development. A larger cabin and the addition of rear doors will make the Jimny more suitable for family buyers in India. It will be powered by the K15B 1.5-litre 105 horsepower engine. Maruti will retail the Jimny 5-door at its premium Nexa outlets with prices starting at just under 10 lakh rupees. Maruti Suzuki is also evaluating the standard 3-door Jimny for India following the impressive response to the Mahindra Thar. For the second generation model, Maruti is likely to stick with the rugged, squared-off and upright stance that made the Vitara Brezza so popular and also focus on retaining its roomy backseat and large boot. It is expected to be based on the Swift's hardtech platform and be notably lighter and more fuel efficient than its predecessor. The new Brezza could also bring back Maruti's 1.5-litre diesel engine. The new generation GLA aims to build on its predecessor's success but replaces its rounded design with a hunkered down appearance with more upright stance and muscular styling on the outside. The new GLA will offer more in terms of space than its predecessor and will also get Merc's new MBUX infotainment system. The GLA will be offered with a petrol and a diesel engine, and a hotter AMG GLA 35 could also be on the cards. The updated MG Hector will get a new grille with horizontal slats sitting between the high-set LED daytime running lights. Other changes will include a set of 5-spoke alloy wheels that are expected to be 18 inches as compared to the 17s that the current car gets. The Hector will also get an updated dual-tone interior. Under the hood, the 1.5-litre turbo petrol and the 2-litre turbo diesel will continue without any changes. The MG ZS range will expand with a new petrol engine joining the EV. On offer will be the option of a 1.5-litre naturally aspirated petrol and a 111 horsepower 1-litre direct injection turbo petrol engine. The latter will be offered with a 6-speed dual clutch transmission and is set to spot a sub 10 lakh rupee starting point. The next big thing from Renault is the Kiger compact SUV. Renault's first sub-4-meter SUV is set to be positioned at the lower end of the compact SUV market. The Kiger will share parts and components with the Triber and other Renault models and will have a 72 horsepower 1-litre naturally aspirated engine or a 100 horsepower 1-litre turbo petrol engine option. Gearbox choices will include a 5-speed manual and an AMT for the naturally aspirated petrol, while the turbo variant is set to get a CVT automatic option too. Amongst all the Skoda launches slated for 2021, arguably the most important will be the much-awaited mid-size SUV. Previewed by the Vision Iron concept at the 2020 Auto Expo, the mid-size SUV will be 4.2 meters long and will have a 2,671 mm wheelbase, which promises ample space for rear passengers. A 1-litre and 1.5-litre turbo petrol engine will be on offer with a manual and automatic option. The previously diesel-only Kodiaq will return as a petrol-only model, with the venerable 2-litre TDI being replaced by the 190 horsepower 2-litre TSI petrol engine. This engine will be offered with only a 7-speed DSG automatic. The HBX concept drew eyeballs at the Auto Expo 2020, and the final production spec version of the mini SUV will go on sale around March 2021. Expect the model to feature chunky styling outside and in. The base engine option on the HBX will be a 1.2-litre naturally aspirated petrol unit, and the model could also debut a more powerful direct injection version of Tata's 1.2-litre turbo petrol. The new flagship in the Tata Motors range will be the 3-row Gravitas SUV. Effectively a 7-seat version of the Harrier, the Gravitas will be differentiable by a longer rear overhang and an upright tail end. This will free up more space for rear seat passengers. The Gravitas will also feature the 170 horsepower 2-litre Cryotech diesel engine along with the 6-speed manual and the 6-speed automatic transmissions from the Harrier. For 2021, the Toyota Fortuner will get a facelift with updates like a sleeker front end and slimmer LED tail lamps. On the inside, the SUV will now sport a larger 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. India will also get the higher spec Legender variant. Sporting different styling cues like a split grille, the range-topping Fortuner will get a 9-inch touchscreen. And with this update, the Fortuner's 2.8-litre diesel engine will also see a power jump to 200 horsepower. Widely considered to be among the hardiest, most reliable vehicles ever made, the Toyota Hilux is a pickup truck with an enviable reputation. The Hilux is based on the same IMV platform as the ever-popular Innova Krista and Fortuner and also has the same powertrains, which will help Toyota keep the costs in check. And talking about cost, Toyota is targeting an aggressive starting price of 15 lakh rupees for the Hilux, which will rival the Isuzu V-Cross. Volkswagen's all-new mid-range SUV for India will come in the form of the Taigun. Based on the same MQB A0iN platform as the upcoming Skoda mid-size SUV, the Taigun will have a digital instrument display and large touchscreen infotainment system with connected car tech. It is expected to come with a 1-litre and 1.5-litre TSI petrol engine as well as manual or automatic gearbox options. The updated Volkswagen Tiguan now sports a number of design changes, including a slimmer grille and restyled LED headlights. The 5-seater Tiguan will also be powered by the same 150 horsepower 1.5-litre TSI turbo petrol engine and a 7-speed DSG automatic as the T-Roc. To keep prices in check, the Tiguan will only be offered in front-wheel drive form and is likely to be assembled at Volkswagen's Chakan plant. 2021 will be a bit of a quiet year for MPVs, with the only expected launches due to be engine updates in current models. Mahindra will roll out a petrol engine option for the Marazzo MPV in 2021. A 1.5-litre turbo petrol belonging to Mahindra's new mStallion family of engines makes 163 horsepower and 280 Nm of torque. Gearbox options will include a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed auto. The Renault Triber is all set to get a 100 horsepower 1-litre turbo petrol engine soon. The Triber was supposed to be the first Renault to have this engine, but the automaker decided to debut it on the Kiger instead for marketing reasons. Expect the turbo petrol engine to be offered only with the higher spec trims of the Triber. That's a lot of SUVs and MPVs to choose from if you are a new car buyer in 2021. Which is the one that you like the most? Tell us in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Autocar India YouTube channel to get your latest fix on all the new cars coming to India soon.